Elliot Glickman. I'm one of the sales directors at Diamond Driveways. Yeah, my favourite project at the moment is a job I've just finished in South Benfleet for a lovely family. One of the reasons that this project was so important was because they've been saving for about 15, 16 years, this family. She's a Hermes delivery driver and he owns his own carpet cleaning company. So they wanted to make sure that whoever they chose, because they've got heavy-ish vehicles going onto the driveway, that this driveway isn't going to sink, it's not going to last 2 minutes. So they've done their research, they knew what they wanted, and they was very happy with what I offered them. One of the things I'd like to say is that when I first got round to John and Zoe's house, they wasn't sure if they wanted resin or if they wanted blocks. And they wanted, obviously, my professional advice of what they should go for. And straight away, the resin for this project was a big no-no because they've got two heavy vehicles going on there. Resin isn't made for delivery vehicles to be left on a property with the turning of the tyre onto the resin that can create cracks. And again, the same for the husband who's got heavy carpet cleaning machinery in the back of his vehicle, staying on the property for 12, 13 hours a day. So this was my reason behind saying blocks all day long on this project, because they're a lot more solid, they'll be a lot more sturdy, and the longevity of it as well. The material I used for this job in South Benfleet was a Beta Trio in a Silver Haze from Brett with a charcoal Omega border. The reason we chose the 60mm Brett block was because it's so dense and solid that we know it's not going to sink and move with any, because we've done such a solid base. We went down 300mm, went down a little bit extra than normal because, again, of the heavy vehicles that they're having onto the driveway. The reason we ended up choosing the Silver Haze, and I did send some sample sets over to them. I think I sent over an Autumn Gold and the Silver Haze. The reason we went Silver Haze was because it complemented the house, because they have got a very white house with a grey garage door, grey windows, grey front door. So the light Silver Haze just flowed through nicely for the customer. One of the issues we had with this job was when I first got round to the customer, even though it's a 71 square metre job, covering 69 square metres of this driveway was a solid concrete. So when I went there, I knew there was going to be some extra labour involved. I could see, and the customer explained to me that they'd lived there for 25 years and this concrete had never moved. So we knew that was going to be an issue. We knew we had to go quite deep on our dig. So that when we got rid of everything, and I think instead of 2 grab lorries, we had 4 grab lorries. So the labour was so much more intense. One of the questions I faced from the customer when I first went round there was drainage and soakaway systems, because they'd done their research. Like I said, they'd been waiting for so many years to do this project that I didn't go round there and sort of people had their eyes closed. They were fully aware of what had to go in and where things had to go. And what we did, we created that when we did the dig of the driveway, we created a gradient, so we brought the water away from the property, because the last thing we want to do in theory is bring water to a property unless we don't have a choice. This time we did have a choice, so when we did the dig, we've managed to put the 9 metres of ACO drainage at the bottom of the driveway with a half a cubic metre soakaway in the ground. This way the customer knows that when the water will drain down the driveway into the ACO drainage, we had a 4.5-inch pipe in there that then takes the water out the ACO drainage into the soakaway and then disperses back into Mother Nature, which makes it legal and permeable. Why did I take it from the car? Because I actually took a few. I took some in the car and out the car. But I think the ones in the car were better. Well, I've not since I've got into this industry, which has been about 7 years ago now. I can't help it. All I do is drive along and look at driveways. It's like my wife keeps telling me, "Stop looking at the driveways, concentrate on the road." Thank you for listening. I hope you're all well, and I will look forward to speaking to you all soon.